Well, good Friday afternoon. We're here live on Facebook and YouTube. Not sure if we're live on our website just yet, but we are. I just got the confirmation from my producer, Ashley Siebold. So we're here live on our website, YouTube, and Facebook to kind of talk about the cold temperatures that we have coming into the forecast next week. But more importantly, the lake effect snow that's going to be coming into play for next week. And it does look like it's going to be further north than the past couple of lake effect snowstorms, and it does look significant in nature. Going ahead and showing you some of those maps, looking at radar today, we do have some light snow moving through as lake effect is kind of dying off out there. So light lake effect snow showers out there, not expecting much of anything from this, but that's going to occur for the rest of the afternoon as things continue to die off. So if you're in southern Jefferson County, portions of Lewis County, and southern St. Lawrence County, you might see a few light snow showers later today as this kind of moves on through. Timing this out, like I said, it kind of dies off really quickly as we get towards this evening. We are mainly dry out there. Temperatures tonight aren't going to be that cold. They're actually probably going to warm up as we get towards tomorrow morning. And we're talking about temperatures Saturday to be in the mid to upper 30s. So we have a warm up in store for us on our Saturday. That comes with a chance for snow as well. And you can see that snow increasing throughout the morning hours on Saturday towards noon. We will see a little bit of a mix with rain at times, maybe a little bit of sleet at times. And that's because of those warmer temperatures. This will be a wet snow, so any accumulation that we do see, it's going to be a heavy wet snow. Liable even seeing some melting taking place for some of us on Saturday with these warmer temperatures. Snow continues off and on throughout the day, a little light in nature, moderate at times. Not expecting much of anything from this. And then as we go towards Sunday, notice what happens. We start drying out. Temperatures drop drastically on Sunday. We're talking highs on Sunday, potentially staying in the single digits to the teens, depending on where you are. And wind chills feeling more like 0 or below out there on Sunday. But we're mainly dry as we go throughout the day Sunday. Overnight Sunday into Monday, some snow chances come into play. Not looking like much of anything then, but as far as snow accumulation for Saturday, not expecting much. Maybe an inch or less for the lower elevations. If you're on the Tuck Hill Plateau, maybe up to 5 or 6 inches, depending on where you're at. But like I said, not expecting much accumulation Saturday, and this will be a heavier, wet snow. If you're asking questions, just hold on. We will get to those momentarily. I'm just trying to work through the forecast first to get you to the lake effect. And speaking of lake effect, notice on Monday evening, this is 5:30 Monday according to the European model. Lake effect trying to get going. It starts to our south. And then as we get towards Monday night and Tuesday morning, then it shifts back north closer to our area. Notice by Tuesday morning, anywhere from Watertown south, State Route 3 in Lewis County and southern St. Lawrence County south. That's where we're expecting the lake effect snow as we go throughout Tuesday. So Watertown, Fort Drum, Carthage areas, and into southern St. Lawrence County are not out of the question of seeing heavy lake effect snow. And that continues as we go throughout the day Tuesday, potentially impacting the city of Watertown at times with heavy snow. I don't think the heaviest of the snow is going to fall in Watertown, though. That's an important thing to keep in note and to understand for next week. I don't think the heaviest of the snow falls for Watertown or Fort Drum. I do think that you see a good amount of snow next week, but the heaviest of it does look like it's going to be to the south. And then Wednesday, it moves around and lightens up in nature. We get a little bit of a break and then potentially more snow Thursday and Friday. Kind of a repeat of this week, except it looks like the heavier snow is going to be more our way rather than further to the south towards Oswego County and Oneida County and Herkimer County. So it looks like it's going to be more of our show this time, and we are talking about the potential for significant snow. How much snow are we going to see from lake effect? Too soon to say, but I am going ahead and putting together this graphic for you. Feet of snow is possible. When I say feet of snow, I'm talking about the potential for us to see 2 feet or more of snow in that white shaded area there, which includes Adams Center, Worth, Lorain, Rodman, Barnes Corners, Montague, Copenhagen, Carthage, Rutland, the town of Watertown, and Champion. That's where we have the greatest chance of seeing feet of snow Monday through Wednesday next week. City of Watertown, Fort Drum, Harrisville, Star Lake, Wanakena, Fine, Gouverneur, Lowville, and other locations in that blue shaded area have the potential of seeing at least, I think, 5 or 6 inches or more of snow Monday through Wednesday next week from lake effect. So I do think that Watertown does see at least 5 or 6 inches of snow next week. I think Fort Drum sees at least 5 or 6 inches of snow next week. But like I said, not going to see the heaviest amount. The heaviest of the amount will be to the south of Watertown. So if you're traveling on I-81 south towards Syracuse next week, pay very close attention to the forecast because significant lake effect snow will be likely Monday through Wednesday. Is this something we've never seen before? No. We've seen this before. We've seen it several times this winter already. But we're expecting feet of snow. That causes issues. It causes closures, travel difficulties. So we're here giving you an update, giving you plenty of notice so that you can do what you need to do. As far as wind chills next week, look at the wind chills. Yeah, we have the potential next week of seeing wind chills dropping to 15 to 20 below or colder. Yeah, so significant cold coming into the forecast. Is this anything we haven't seen before? Absolutely not. You're going to see the term thrown around many locations of this is the coldest air outbreak that we've seen in years. For some portions of the United States and even the state of New York, yes, that is accurate. For us here in the North Country, that's not going to be the case. This is going to be a typical January deep freeze that we see pretty much every year. We get below zero here every year. We get really cold. It's nothing new. We get feet of snow all the time. It's nothing new. But it's going to impact you and impact the way that you kind of go about your business next week. So, of course, we're here giving you an update on what we're expecting. And as far as that snow, here's the snow globe. I don't know if my producer wants to pull this full or not. People have been asking, Kris, are you going to shake the snow globe? It's being shook. So yes, I do think that very high likelihood of seeing that snow next week. So that's kind of went through the forecast for you. I'm not sure how many comments that we have, so I'm going to look down at our comments. Based on that, kind of determines what we're going to do going forward. I will say that if you're asking comments, you can ask them on YouTube, the 7 News Facebook page, or the Kris Hudson Facebook page. That's where I see all of your comments. So if you're wanting to ask comments about the forecast, anything like that, please stick around. We're going to be gone for about 30 minutes, or 30 seconds to a minute to kind of give myself just a short break, get us off of our website, and then we're going to be back to answer those questions. And we'll even go back through some of these graphics with you as we answer those questions about what to expect for next week. So please stand by for just a few seconds to maybe a minute, minute and a half at the most, and we'll be back to answer your questions on YouTube and Facebook. some travel problems. And you can see there on that map that we are expecting the significant snow in that area. Continuing to go through. Someone's asking how much for Perch River. We're not talking exactly how much snow we're going to see just yet, because there's still some things that we got to work through with that. Of course, I'm going to be keeping you updated throughout the weekend. I'll be doing weather updates throughout the weekend on our website, WWNYTV.com. I will also be on air this weekend. Remember, if you're trying to watch our early broadcasts on the weekends, it is live streamed on our website, WWNYTV.com, so you can watch that newscast there at 6 o'clock or just shortly after 6. So make sure you're watching that. And then, of course, it's going to play back at 11 o'clock on WWNY CBS. Continuing looking for some of your questions. Make sure you're asking questions here on Facebook and YouTube. That way I can answer those if you have those. So far, I'm not seeing any comments on the 7 News Facebook page. Not seeing any on YouTube. As far as my Facebook page, someone's asking about Tuesday PM for Fort Drum. I think that you are seeing the potential there for snow Tuesday afternoon and evening on Fort Drum. As far as if it's going to be the heaviest snow, I don't think so. But nonetheless, we're still, 5 days out from this, 3 or 4 or 5 days out from the heaviest of this. So we are watching the potential for the heavy snow for Fort Drum as well. I do think that the worst of it's going to be to your south. Chris Spiker, would you say it starts Monday evening into nighttime and goes into Wednesday morning? Yes, that's what it's looking like. So I think during the day Monday, most folks are going to be like, what's going on? What are you talking about? We're not seeing any snow. That weatherman was wrong again. But as we get into the evening hours, Monday and overnight, that's when lake effect kicks in. It gets stronger and lasts throughout Tuesday night into Wednesday. It starts weakening. We get a short break, and then more snow likely to end next week. So there's that little detail. Make sure that you are sending your pictures and videos to us through Send It to 7 on our website as you're seeing the snow next week, because it does look like we are going to see the heavier snow in our area rather than to the south of us Monday through Wednesday. Sarah's asking about Watertown. Watertown, I do think, sees heavy snow the first half of next week. The most accumulation, the greater accumulation, if you want to say, does look to be to the south and southeast of Watertown. So what I can kind of compare this to, obviously each storm is its own beast, its own thing, but we can look at things and kind of compare it to where was the heaviest accumulation from this storm to that storm, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Think back to the November storm that we had right after Thanksgiving that weekend, where the heaviest of the snow fell. The heaviest of the snow from that one fell over Adams Center, Rodman, Worth, Lorraine, Barnes Corners, and Copenhagen, where they saw a ton of snow. Some locations saw over 60 inches of snow from that. That was a very heavy, wet snow. We're not going to see a very heavy, wet snow next week. It's going to be a very light, fluffy snow. And the reason that is because look at these temperatures for next week. When we're expecting that lake effect, we're expecting it Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. Notice those temperatures, the highs are in the teens to even the single digits. That's less moisture in the atmosphere. That means that we have the greater chance of this being a fluffier, lighter snow because the snowflake can't hold as much moisture in it. So it's going to be a light, fluffier snow. Someone's asking about Canton. Seems like we always get some. Canton, you might see just a little bit. I don't think you see a ton of anything. But remember, folks, this is just Monday through Wednesday, this graphic here. The snow this weekend or Saturday, everyone sees at least a little bit of something. So you can see this expected snowfall graphic. This is raw model data for you. It's about 5, maybe 6 inches for the Tokyo Plateau, and then an inch or less generally for the lower elevations. So that includes Canton, Potsdam, Gouverneur, Messina, Harrisville, Hammond, Fort Drum, Watertown, Clayton, Alexandria Bay, Cape Vincent, Chameau, 3 Mile Bay, those areas seeing an inch or less. So if you're on the Tug Hill Plateau, like Barnes Corners to Redfield, Montague, Worth, Lorain, in southern Jefferson County, you have the potential of 3 to 6 inches of snow as we get towards Sunday morning there. Notice this is by Sunday morning at 3:30 in the morning. Continuing to look at some of your comments, someone's asking about any good snow for Massena. As of right now, I do not see any significant snow or good snow for Massena. You will see some light snow, but other than that, I'm not seeing anything that's going to amount to a whole lot of anything for the Massena area, northern St. Lawrence County. This is going to be primarily for Jefferson and Lewis counties, even stretching into southern St. Lawrence County, where most of the snowmobile trails are. So the snowmobilers are going to be really happy. They've had a lot of snow so far this year. Most trails are open, and we're going to continue to add to that snow. Continuing to go through some of your comments, folks have asked about Watertown. That's been answered a couple of times. Fort Drum has been answered. No comments on YouTube. Looking at the 7 News Facebook page. Still not seeing any comments there. So what I'll do is I'll kind of go through the forecast once again for those folks that are just joining, as I'm seeing several of you that are just joining. So today, this afternoon, we're going to continue to see some light snow showers at times as lake effect comes to an end. And the lake effect that we're seeing out there, it's very light in nature, not much of an issue of anything. And then as we go from, if things will work for me here. So as we go throughout the evening hours and overnight tonight, things are dry for us. Temperatures potentially actually warming up overnight tonight for us as we get towards tomorrow morning. We're dry for most of us, maybe a few light snow showers, but mainly dry. As we go throughout the day on our Saturday, snow chances increase, temperatures reaching the mid to upper 30s. So we will see a little bit of rain mixed in at times, if not transitioning over to all rain at times. And that's going to help limit the amount of snow that we see throughout the day Saturday. This comes ahead of a very strong cold Arctic front, bringing in very cold air for next week. Not anything that we haven't seen before, but cold air moves in for next week. So we are going to be dry throughout the day Sunday, with those temperatures staying in the single digits to the lower teens for a Sunday, and our feels like temperatures potentially getting down to 0, if not below, during the day on Sunday, and then dropping well below 0 overnight Sunday and lasting that way as we go throughout Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week, where we have the potential of seeing feels like temperatures of 20 below or colder for some locations. So cold weather advisories will likely be issued next week for us as we see those bitter cold temperatures coming into the forecast. As far as how much snow we're going to see for Saturday, lower elevations an inch or less, higher elevations like the Tug Hill Plateau, we're talking about the potential for 3 to 6. And I think if you see 6 inches of snow on the Tug Hill Plateau, you're really lucky. I don't think most will see that. I think most will probably be 3 to 4, maybe 5 inches of snow on the Tug Hill Plateau for Saturday. Then we start watching lake effects. Monday evening, lake effect starts to our south. It gets organized and starts moving north. Notice what happens. Tuesday morning, we're seeing heavy lake effect snow. That continues throughout the day. Tuesday, pretty much over the same location. City of Watertown, Fort Drum, Carthage areas can't be ruled out of seeing heavy snow throughout the day Tuesday. We're going to watch that over the weekend. Still plenty of time to keep an eye on this to pinpoint where we're expecting the heaviest of the snow to fall. But I do think that the City of Watertown, Fort Drum will see some snow at times. Wednesday, it shifts around, lightens up, we get a break, and then more snow to end next week. Where's the best chance of significant lake effect snow for Monday through Wednesday next week? It's going to be right there in that white shaded area. So feet of snow possible there. That's me saying 2 feet of snow, maybe more for those areas. The City of Watertown, Fort Drum, Carthage, Harrisville, Fine, Star Lake, Wanakina, Oswegatchie, Lowville, Turin. You're not in the feet of snow. But someone's asking about Boonville. The heaviest of the lake effect next week will be to your north. You'll see some snow Saturday along with everybody else. Another comment is asking about Natural Bridge. Natural Bridge will see heavy snow Monday through Wednesday next week as well. The potential is there of Natural Bridge seeing a foot or more. Regina saying Willitucky will get more snow on Tuesday, or Lowville. So if you're, Regina, if you're traveling from Watertown south on Tuesday, it doesn't matter if you go through Lowville, taking State Route 26 to Utica, or if you go 81 south, you're going to see heavy lake effect snow with potential whiteout conditions at times on Tuesday. So take note in that. Just stay tuned to the forecast. I'm not going to tell you not to go. I'm not going to tell you to go. But stay tuned to the forecast because heavy snow with whiteout conditions are possible Monday through Wednesday in those shaded areas. Someone else is asking about Messina. Don't think Messina sees any good snow. I do think that you see a little snow, especially tomorrow. But as far as significant accumulation, I don't think Messina sees anything like that as of right now. So as we start wrapping things up here, I want to remind you, we're going to keep you updated on this potential. John Kubis will have the latest updates at first at 5 and 7 News this evening at 6. We're going to keep you updated on WWNYTV.com throughout the weekend. I will also be in throughout the weekend to keep you updated just like I was last weekend. So we're going to keep you updated on the potential for the bitter cold next week and the significant lake effect snow. Once again, this is not nothing we've never seen before, but significant snow and cold temperatures are in the forecast. We have folks that live here now on Fort Drum that aren't used to this. They're trying to figure out what to do. So we're keeping you updated. I do think someone's saying time for the lake to freeze. I agree. Surprisingly, Lake Ontario is still 42 degrees. So it's still plenty warm enough to give us this significant lake effect snow that we're going to see. But go to WWNYTV.com. You can see my latest forecast there. Like I said, John Kubis will keep you updated on air at first at 5 and 7 News this evening at 6. And we're going to keep you updated throughout the weekend as well. As we get closer to this, we'll start having that look at how much snow we're going to see. And I would imagine I will have a snowfall forecast posted sometime on Sunday. So make sure you're staying tuned throughout the weekend for that. Make sure to send your pictures to us, send it to 7 on our website. Go up to the top of the website. You'll see where it says send it to 7. Click that and then follow those instructions there. But that's going to wrap it up for me here on Facebook Live and on YouTube. So I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the little bit of warmer Saturday before the cold and snow return Sunday and throughout next week.